Okay, everyone, let's have a seat and let's begin meditation. Cross your legs, hands on your knees, straighten your back, hands tight fists. Close your eyes. We're going to start with the tenets of Taekwondo. So you can repeat after me. Courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, indomitable spirit. Okay, everyone, let's focus on our Poomsae. You're going to imagine your Poomsae in your mind, either 4, 5, 6, or 7, whichever one you're testing for. Right. Try your best to imagine the details of the Poomsae. Don't just go through the moves in your head too fast. Try to visualize, right? Try to imagine, right, the details, like the stances, how you do the moves, right? Try to be a bit more specific of what you're imagining, okay? So imagine your highest Poomsae that you know on your own time. 차례, 끝내. Poomsae 준비. On your own time. 시작. Ha! Ha! Okay, when you're done, you guys can open your eyes. Okay, from here, we're going to start the warm-up. Instructor Maryam is going to lead the warm-up today.
Yes, sir. Let's start with 20 jumping jacks. Everyone, 시작.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 열, 아홉, 열.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. 20 up.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. 깃발.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. feet together, forward, backward.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Stretch up.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
Middle. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Down.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
Turn to your right side. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, switch. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯. Very good. Come up. Push your forward.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
Very good. Stretch growing. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯. Turn to your right side. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯. Switch. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯. Sit on your left leg.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
Other side. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯. Up. Turn to your right side. Big stance. Up kubi.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
Other side. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Very good. Come up. Now, let's do arm rotation. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯.
Someone saying hasn't seen Instructor Maryam for a long time.
Yeah, same.
They missed
Where's
you.
been?
That's Ethan Wong. And Courtney says, yay, Miss Maryam is here.
Hi, how are you guys doing? So now let's start with some push-ups.
Yes, ma'am.
Push-up position. Very good. gonna start with 10 regular push-ups. On my count, 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Good. As some of you guys know, my favorite push-up is parallel push-up. So you go forward, and then you come back. You crawl on the ground. So let's do that 10 times. I'm going to start Matthew's can count. TJ.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
Very good. Now, let's get into sit-up position. Take a few deep breaths. We start with regular sit-up, and when you come up, I want you to do this. Come up, slap the ground. So you make sure you come all the way up. Ready? Let's do that on my count. Now. Good. Set. Net. Set. Ego. Yulur. Aho. Yulur. Now, pull your leg up. We're going to do up and down. 10 times.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
Very good. Scissors. Who likes scissors? Ready now. Third, set, net, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Very good. Next one. You gotta bring your leg up. Left, right. Ready? 시작.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
Very good. Sit on your legs. Awesome. Slowly stand up. We are getting ready for some squats now. So first one is going to be easy. Just regular squats. Then I'm going to make it a little bit harder. Ready? On my count. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Now, some of you guys may do this. Squat, jump, and then go back to squat. Easy, right?
Yes, ma'am.
10 times only. 시작.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
Awesome. Shake my legs. Whew. Now, you can do some plank actually. Everyone, let's get ready for plank. Ready?
You keep your body straight.
Start. Take a few deep breaths. I need to do that. We start in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, I forgot to ask. Do you guys want to do it for 20 seconds or 40 seconds? 20 or 40? Does anyone answer, sir?
It takes a little while to answer. They're working out. I would say 40. 40 seconds is too easy for them.
Yeah.
They've done more before. Yeah.
Sir.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Ready? 40 seconds. Everyone
Have a great
start.
plank. For plank, you need to focus. I'll keep it quiet for you.
Counting or read this?
So far, 10 seconds. 20 seconds left. Five more seconds.
No. 10 seconds left. I'm
Yes, sir,
timing.
10 seconds left.
I'm timing. 5, 4, 3, 3. Stay. Don't go down. 2, 1.
Awesome plan.
Gone.
Very good. Next challenge. It's not even a challenge. It's pretty easy. It's actually good for your push-ups too. It's a proper push-up position. Let's see how long you can stay in this position. But first, make sure your push-up position is right. So make sure your hands are not like this. You're not like this. Your hands are not too wide like this. Make sure they're between your shoulder length and your hip is not too high. Hip low. Ready? For this one, sir, should we do it more than 40 seconds?
You tell me. I don't know.
I can do 50 seconds.
50? I'm just going to time for you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
50. 50 it is.
시작. Here in between.
10 seconds. So far, 10 seconds. 20 seconds.
You can go on your feet.
Guys, wake your neighbors up.
30 seconds. 40. 50.
Yeah. That was great. How do you guys feel now?
Everybody
Great.
feels
How do you
great.
feel?
I will talk on behalf of
Amazing.
them.
So, how about you do some splits? We do some pre-warm up actually right now.
Yes, ma'am.
We start from here. Maybe we go apart from each other a little bit. Thank you. We start from here. We count and we slowly go lower. Now, door, set, net, tasat, yasat, ego, yodar, aho, your.
Guys, hold your position.
Now, foot facing up. Make sure your knees are straight. Hands on the floor. Look forward and slowly push yourself go lower. Move your hands back if you're going lower. And slowly sit down. Turn to your right side and stay there. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Other side.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
Now raise your hands. Slowly go lower. Go as much as you can. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Now let's fully turn to our right side. Make sure your front foot is facing up, your other foot is facing down. Knees are straight. And slowly go down.
둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
Good. Now you can come up a little bit. Turn to your left side now. And slowly go down. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And slowly come up. Just a little bit knee rotation. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯. Back and forward. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, Yes, sir. Very good. And slowly come up. So we are done with the warm up, everyone. Can we take a water break? Sorry.
Water break?
Yes, sir.
1 minute water break. I'm gonna time. Make sure you don't take more than that.
Yes, sir.
감사합니다.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good job, guys.
Time.
Okay, very good, everybody. Today we're gonna work on control over your front kick and your side kick. So we're gonna work on control and height. So in order to improve the height of your side kick as well as your control, you need to practice holding it. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna start with front kick position and we're gonna hold it up and practice holding it out. So either find a wall, a pillar, or a chair in your house where you can keep yourself stable, right? And we're gonna put our hand on it with one side, and you're gonna lift up your leg with the opposite side. Right? When I count, you're gonna hold it out. So this is 1, and then 2 is back. You can see each side, it's 1 and 2. Hold it however high you can, but try to keep it stable. So wherever you decide to hold, let's say I decide to hold it at my belt level. Every other time, I want to try to keep bringing it up to my belt level. Try not to go lower, okay, guys? Also, try not to swing. Don't go, because that doesn't help you. Okay? Try to do it slow and with control. We're going to start with 5 on the right side and 5 on the left side. Just 5. Okay? Ready? Right leg up. Right from here, extend 1, 2. Say 1.
1,
1, 2.
3,
1, 2.
셋,
1, 2.
넷,
1, 2.
다섯,
Very good. Let's change your legs. Ready? 1, 2.
하나,
1, 2. Try
둘,
to keep your posture as well, guys. 1, 2.
셋,
1, 2.
넷,
1, 2.
다섯,
Okay, guys. I know we're just doing 5, but that's because we're going to make it a little more difficult now. What we're going to do is you're going to straighten your leg, and you're going to try to hold it at your highest point, and you're going to move it up and down. So try to bounce it. So for example, if I'm holding my front kick up at my belt level, I'm going to move it up and down, near my belt level. We're going to do this, let's try 10 times, up and down 10 times, just bouncing up and down. Okay, this is to increase the height of your front kick. All right, so ready? Extend your front kick out. 1, 2, 3, out, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it up. Now, 2, set, net, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Very good. Drop your leg. You thought we were done? Just kidding. Okay, guys. Ready to change your leg. Leg up and hold it out and bounce. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Good. Massage your legs. Okay, guys. The hard part is over. Right, we're going to do the same thing with side kick, which is going to be a little easier, but you want to go a lot higher. So number 1, let's get a proper side kick position. So raise your knee, turn it to the side, have your knee and your foot at the same height, tucked in tight. Okay, you're going to extend your leg as high as you can, and then you're going to pull it back in. So for this one, we're going to practice doing a sharp extension, meaning you extend your leg as quickly as you can, and you hold it out. So from here, you relax, when you push it out, 1, and you pull it back in. 2, pull it back in. We're going to start with 10 on one leg and 10 on the other leg, since it's a little easier than front kick position. Ready? Hold your leg up. 1, back in. 2, in. 3, in. 4, in. 5, in. 6, in. 7, in. 8, in.
9. In. 10. In. And drop your leg. Change your leg. Tuck in the other side. I'm going to turn around so I can pull the wall. Ready. 1. In. 2. In. 3. In. 4. In. 5. In. Let's keep on the kick. 6. In. 7. In. 8. In. 9. In and 10. In. Okay, very good, guys. Next thing we're going to do, just like before, you're going to hold your leg near your maximum height. You're going to bounce it up and down. And then maybe we're going to hold it out after that.
Yes, sir.
I have a challenge for you guys. I'm going to do it. You guys don't have to do it. You're going to try to do this exercise without the wall, if you can. Okay, so you're going to try to do it and hold your leg. And then you're working on your balance too. So you're not going to use the wall to support your body weight. You have to do it now and have your hands tucked in the fighting stance. If you can do it, with no wall. If you don't feel like you're going to be able to hold it, that's okay. Use the wall. Let's see who can do it without the wall. Afterwards in the comments, tell me whether you did it with the wall or without the wall. Okay, ready? Tuck in your leg, extend it out, and up and down. Ready, you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it out. 3rd, set, net, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Very good, guys. Now that we've done one leg, we have to do the other leg.
Yes, sir.
Ready? Tuck in your leg. Yes. I'll come closer to the camera so you guys can see me better. Ready? Tuck it in. Extend it out and ready? Up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Very good. Woo! Is everybody tired?
No, sir. No, sir.
That's right.
No, sir.
But just in case you are at home, we're going to take a water break. Try it. And then, after this, we're going to do some Poomsae, guys. We're going to
Get ready for Poomsae.
Yes, sir. Okay, we're going to go to Taekwondo 4 today. Right? So we're going to take Taekwondo 7, right? Taekwondo 4. We're going to go through the basic techniques really quickly. The first one is twin knife hand block. So for twin knife hand block, we're starting from this position. From your belt, from your shoulder level, you swing it up to your shoulder, and you swing both hands forward. So position 1, 2, and 3. You're going to make it smooth by going up, forward, with no pausing movements. Up, forward. Let's try this a few times. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. One of the important things to remember is that you move your hands separately, then together. One hand, both hands. Don't move both hands. Don't move both hands. All right, so let's try this on the other side now, just to even it out. Position 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, now the next move we're going to do is the head block knife hand strike. In Korean, it's got a very interesting name, if you guys don't know. It's called Jibipo Mokjigi, which translates to something like swallow turning strike. Why it's called that? No, but interesting thing for you to know. It's a swallow strike for some reason, even though you're doing a head block and a knife hand strike. So the position you're in is just like before. Belt level, shoulder level. Except this time, you're going up and inwards at the same time. So let's try from position 1, right? Go straight up to 2. Position 1, 2, 1, 2. Right? Now in Poomsae, we actually only use the right side of this, but just for the technique's sake, let's also practice the left side. You should be able to do it on the other side. So position 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. Now the last move we're going to cover for Poomsae 4 is the back fist. So the back fist starts from under your arm. Your other hand starts facing forward, and your body goes forward, and and you're striking at the mouth level with your two first knuckles. So your first two knuckles hit your upper lip, your filtrum. You guys didn't know, right? There's a point in your mouth called the filtrum, right? The center of your upper lip. That's a pressure point. If you hit someone right here, it really hurts. All right? So, once again, from under your arm, you're going to go straight forward to your mouth level. Position 1, under your arm, hand pointing forward. 2, and you turn your body to face the direction of your strike. 1, 2, 1, and 2. Let's practice this with the other hand, because we're also going to use this in Taekwondo 5. So position 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and 2. Make sure that fist is going at your mouth level. Okay, so these are all the new techniques that we've really learned in Taekwondo 4. The one that we've kind of learned before is the outer block. In Taekwondo 3, we've done the single knife hand block right from here. The only difference is your hands are in fists for outer block. So it's actually the same movement. Position 1 to 2 to 3. Let's move. 1 and 2. So try this a few times just to get used to it in a back stance. 1, 2, 3. And same thing on the other side. Ready? 1, 2, 3. So even though your hands are in fists, the movement is still the same, up and out. Okay, so from this point onwards, Instructor Maryam is going to show you Poomsae 4 on my count. Ready? Turn.
Start.
Come there. Poomsae Jumei. Taekwondo 4 by my count. Hana. Turn. Set. Net. Tasa. Yasa. Yodo. Done. Ho. Yo. Na. Na. Hey. Set. Net. Tasa. Yasa. Bottom. Sure. Okay, we're going to very quickly cover one more thing which I didn't mention in between, which is the spear hand strike. Right, the spear hand strike is a movement following the twin knife hand block at the very beginning. You strike forward with your fingertips at the solar plexus level. So it's a similar height to a punch. And in fact, the movement you do is also very similar to a punch. For position 1, you draw your hand back to your belt. You turn your hand to the side, just like when you set your hand for a punch. Right? So from 1 to 2 to 3, in the same way, you go 1 to 2 to the side of your body and to your belt, and 3, bringing your hand down, striking on top of it, this way. So the position I'm going to show you from the front and from the side is going to be position 1, and 2. Again, position 1 and 2. So in the middle of your step, you're going to do it. It's a transition, meaning you're doing it as you step forward. So from position 1, it's 2, 3, halfway through your step. Same thing on the other side. Let's try it from here. 2, 3, and again, 2, 3. So try to bring your hand to your side or draw your shoulder back before you strike. Okay, so Instructor Maryam is going to show you Poomsae 4 facing the wall. So this time, let's try to follow along with her speed and try to do the Poomsae at a normal, consistent rhythm. All right, so if you already know the Poomsae, try your best to follow along. All right, and try to do the techniques the way we talked about. Ready? On your own time, take it forward. 시작! right. Okay, guys, one more quick thing to know. When you are doing the middle block with the same hand in this Poomsae, there's a little bit of difference in the way that you do it. Normally, when you're turning towards a certain direction, your middle block follows the hand. So that's been the rule for Taekwondo 1, 2, and 3. Whenever you do a block going inwards, you're usually turning in the same direction as you're swinging your hand. In this case, it's the opposite. So what do you do when your block is not in the same direction that you're turning? For example, from this position, if I was to turn this way, but I'm blocking on this side, I can't go like this. That doesn't quite make sense, right? What we're doing in the Poomsae, if you notice, Instructor Maryam, what she's doing is she goes out and then back in. So for you to do a good middle block, when you're turning not in the same direction, you have to go off center and then back to center with your hand in order to have good power on your middle block. So for example, it looks like this. 1, 2. Okay, in another direction, if I was going this way, it would be 1, 2. Okay, off center and back to center. So try to remember that, guys, so that your middle blocks look strong. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to have Instructor Justin come in, and we're going to talk about the techniques in Take 5. Okay, so we've been reviewing these for a while, but we're going to go through them again real quick. So number one new technique is the hammer fist. So the hammer fist position starts from a forward stance. Okay, we're going to bring our hand in to where our belt is and have our other hand pointing forward. Okay, so my striking hand is on my belt. The other hand is pointing forward. I'm going to bring my hand over my head and come down and strike at the shoulder level. So from position 1, let's practice this together. 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. Now, once again, like with all of our demonstrations, when we practice slowly, we break it into steps. But when we do the real thing, it has to be smooth. So from position 1, 2 is about the speed that you want. 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's try this on the other side as well for smoothness. Position 1. Now set your hands to 2 and move to 3. Again, position 1, 2, 3. Make sure that hand goes over your head. You're coming down. Make sure you're not going sideways. All right, let's do it at a normal speed. Ready from 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, so hopefully you guys can follow along with that. The next new technique we're going to cover today is an elbow strike. So the elbow strike is going to come from a single knife hand block position. You're stepping forward and bring your elbow up to your chin level. Okay, make sure you're hitting the chin. Okay, so from position 1, you're going to step forward and bring your elbow up to your chin level. Right? So the important thing is that we want to make sure our balance is good for this. A few errors that people always do is they turn their body too far and they end up in a horse riding stance when they should be in the forward stance. So your strike is going forward, it's not going sideways. The second thing people like to do is they like to lean. We see this a lot. I'm exaggerating, but people do this instead of bringing their shoulder over center. Okay, so make sure your body is straight and you twist your shoulders, but you don't lean your shoulders. Okay? Right, so this is the normal elbow strike. Right, the next technique we have to learn today is the supported elbow strike, also known as the target elbow strike. Okay, so from this position, what we're going to do is going to have our hand in a fist. You're going to open it, and you're going to bring your elbow into your hand. So in the forward stance position, you're going to go from 1 to 2. This is going to be following a side kick. So if you prepare to land in that position. So from 1, have your hand and leg out. You're going to bend your knee. You're going to open your hand, and you're going to bring your elbow into your hand. So this way, here. So the tip of your elbow is going to touch the tip of your palm. That's what you want to aim for when you do this move. Okay? Some common errors we see is people do this. They stop their arm. So they do the wrong hand. They'll have one hand out, and then they'll switch their hands around and stop their arm. It's always the other hand that does the elbow. So if you have your hand out, the other hand has to bend and come in. All right? So that's it for the hand techniques. However, there's 2 new stances in this Poomsae, which are the L stance. Right? It's like a back stance, which you have done before, except it's now 1 foot apart, and your knees are straight. So you're going from a forward stance that you showed you before to the L stance. And the next stance we have to do is at the end is the cross stance, which is 45 degrees to the side, and have your other leg making a T shape facing your leg with your heel up and your knees back. So to land in that position, it's going to be 1, 2, and 3. You bring your legs into position. All right? So those are the new techniques and stances in Taekwondo 5. Instructor Justin is going to go through them with you. First, by my count. Taekwondo. Facing the camera. Good then. Instructor Justin, we can move back as we move forward. 3. Taekwondo 5장. Taekwondo 5 by my count. 하나. 둘. 셋. 넷. 다섯. So make sure both of these are at your body level. Your fist should be below your shoulder. 하나. In this case, your back fist is at your mouth level, but your middle block is at your shoulder level. Make sure the heights are different. 하나. 둘. 셋. 넷. So for this one, just like we talked about before, make sure your feet are facing the same direction. Make sure your feet are going this way. Make sure they're not turning with your elbow. Okay, keep it here in front of you. 하나. 둘. 셋. 넷. 다섯. For this one, this particular position, I want to make sure you guys get well. Make sure your fist comes up to your shoulder before you do that side hammer fist. So you bring your knee up and you bring your belt hand up to your shoulder. 1, and you stick your leg and your hand out. 2. You bend your knee, and then your other hand does that target elbow strike that we talked about earlier. Let's try it out. Now. Let's try the same thing on the other side. Remember, the leg that you kick with, that's the hand that comes up to your shoulders. Don't mix up which one goes up and down, okay? Now. 둘. 셋. bottom. Sure. As always, if you guys have any questions about the Poomsae, please do let us know in the comments. Otherwise, if you have any confusion about the moves, we always have the online tutorial if you need more help. But we're going to go through the Poomsae one more time. Try your best to follow along. Right? Let's try to get those techniques that we talked about today in there. Right? Good hammer fist. Right? Getting that side kick and the hammer fist going together. All right? Take. Come there. Poomsae 준비. On your own time. Take up 5. 시작. Sure. Okay, everyone, let's go through the new techniques in Taekwondo 6 real quickly. Okay, this is just a review, right? Soon we are going to be posting the tutorial for 6, 7, 8 choreo. But until then, let's go through the basic movements, the new movements that we found in Taekwondo 6. The first one we're going to go through is the outer block. Well, technically we've done this before. However, we're doing it in a landing. So from a forward stance position, we're going to learn how to kick, keep our balance, set our hands. We're going to bring our hand up and we're going to land and block at the same time. So while you can do it on the ground with little to no trouble, doing it with one leg in the air is a little more challenging if you haven't done it before. So make sure you guys practice that. Practice standing on one leg, setting your hands, and moving your body back at the same time as you block. So try from forward stance position, kick, and try to balance here. So if you find that you're not balanced here, you're not going to be able to land properly. So from here, set your hands, come up, and land in your back stance. Right, so one more time, from forward stance, kick, set your hands, land and back stance. So remember the same hand blocks twice. Let's try this on the other side. Right, so from forward stance position here, now other leg kick, set your same hand and block. Okay, so you block with your left, you block again with your left. So don't forget that. Okay, ready? From forward stance, kick, set your hands, land. Okay, so in Taekwondo 6, the majority of the new movements are variations of outer block, meaning the movement is generally the same. However, depending on how our stances are, they're going to be a little different, small differences. In a forward stance, our outer block, which was here, now goes higher to our head level. Details are still the same. 90-degree bend with your elbow, wrist straight, but higher between your ear and the top of your head. So from position 1 to 2 to 3, it's 1. So try that out from position 1, and then go with punch 2, which is the following move we're going to practice. 1 and 2. Try it again. 1, 2, and again. 1, 2. One common error we see with people is people half turn their body, they go back stance, and then they change to a forward stance. They go between back and forward. But no, it's a forward stance all the way. So from forward stance position, it's 1, 2. 1, 2. Right? Another way you can think of this movement is like you're making a semicircle with your hand. Semicircle. Right? So try to make it smooth and continuous. Don't stop and stop. All right. Now, the next one we're going to cover is another variation of outer block. Single knife hand block, but in forward stance and with the opposite hand. So this is reverse single knife hand. So you start with your hands in a head block position, but with the hand open. You're going to bring your hand up to your shoulder, and you're going to block with the opposite hand from your leg. Now, this is important because when you have your right leg in front, but your left hand is blocking, your left shoulder must lead, right? So even if you have a different leg from your hand in front, you have to push your shoulder forward. Right? So for this one, try your best to have your hand and your elbow and your shoulder the same line. So you don't want to have this. Some people have this and it looks a little bit like they're doing a head block with an open hand. Or you want to have your hand sideways. Elbow, hand, shoulder, one line. But shoulder also forward. Okay, so for position 1 to 2, when you do the block, push your shoulder forward. So let's try this. 1, 2, 3. And again, 1, 2, 3. Let's put it together and make it smooth. 1. And again, 2. And again, 3. All right. So from here, right, the two other movements we're going to cover are the palm block. Or actually, this is one more. We're going to cover the palm block. So the palm block position starts from a forward stance. Your hands start from here, right? Just like your middle block, except with an open hand. You're going to turn your hand sideways and have it blocking across center. Right, so the movement is almost the same as the middle block, but your hand is open, sideways, and your elbow is up because your wrist is a little bit more bent. So position 1, 2. Position 1, 2. Try to do it sharply. And let's try to do it with the other leg as well. Position 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, from here, let's go through the Poomsae by Instructor Justin's count. Instructor Maryam, you can do the opposite again.
Okay, we're going to do Poomsae 6 now on my count. Ta-da!
Sir.
동네. 준비. 시작. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. 하나, 둘,
하!
셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉,
guys, so do your best to work on those outer block positions that we talked about, as well as the new palm block. Make sure it's close to your body. Let's try it together on my own time. I'm trying to follow along with my speed. So I guess in this case, where this Poomsae will now be with you. Because now I'm facing this direction.
Okay, everyone.
Sorry.
차렷!
So,
동네 준비. Poomsae 6, try to follow along as Master can. 시작! 바로 샷!
very good. Okay. So the last Poomsae we're going to cover today. Let's get a quick water break before we continue, actually. Facing forward, chair. Good night. Good job, guys.
Guys, we're gonna play the game of mistakes. Game of mistakes. Poomsae mistakes. Instructor is gonna make mistakes in their Poomsae, and me and you watch carefully and find those mistakes. Why don't we do Poomsae 6?
Yes,
You just did Poomsae 6, right?
Yes, sir.
And why don't we do Poomsae 6, and hopefully you catch the mistakes right now, because it's a fresh Poomsae. You just finished it. Everyone watch carefully, and Instructor Justin is very good at making hard mistakes, like hard to find mistakes. He's not going to make obvious mistakes. Are you doing facing camera? Yeah, facing camera. Okay, 차렷, 역장, 경례, 준비, 시작. 바로 슛. Very good. So many mistakes. Very good for very bad Poomsae. So you know what to do. Type in the number of mistakes you noticed.
I'm looking for a very special one too.
Yeah. Okay, let's go through the Poomsae and correct those mistakes, Instructor Justin. You are a black belt. You can't make mistakes like that.
Yes, sir.
Can't believe this.
Okay, the first one I was looking for, everyone, was actually this.
준비.
Yeah. People, you have to remember that 준비 is still part of your Poomsae. The stance itself is called 준비 서기. So make sure you don't forget that, and it's also a big part of your Poomsae, right? I did this. A lot of students do that. So remember, when you go, move your left leg all the way up and then down. Okay?
1.
Good. Nice. I did that fine, I believe. I went back. I did that fine. This one did that fine. Which one? Oh, yes, here. So a big mistake a lot of students do is here a lot of people want to step back really far after their kick, right? So be wary of that. When you come back for your back stance, keep it below your hip, shoulder, all in one line too, okay? Awesome. From there, did I do that right? Did I do a front kick? Yes. Okay, there you go. So this one, predetermined, you're gonna have to turn, okay? So this is a roundhouse all the way at head level. And then here, this was fine, but then when I...
No, you did this one, you did low.
Oh.
This one
I
is
did
a
this one
high,
low,
yeah,
yes.
this one is a high block, yeah. High.
Yeah. So high block here, I want to make sure you guys head level.
Yeah.
Kick, make sure here is big stance, and then when you punch.
Yeah. That's
Good, the same stuff one on this
yeah,
side.
you make the same mistake other side. You can't
This
make
one,
mistakes.
make sure you put your left hand over your right when you guys do this one. I didn't make that mistake. I wanted to, but habit stopped me. Okay, this one, big stance again. I didn't do the big stance, did a walking stance there. And here, you have to make sure you key up when you do your movement of that roundhouse, okay?
Second roundhouse, you must have key
So don't
up.
forget the key up. And then here, don't forget, this one is just like the start. I tried to press you guys up, I put my
You
other
did
hand.
wrong hand.
Yeah. Just like the start, don't forget, and into out block, okay?
Yes.
Same thing as before, and then these are okay. This one was weird. I was running out of ideas.
He went too high.
I went too high. As Master Kenneth was talking about it earlier, I wanted mid-level and then across your body because you're blocking too, okay? And yes, your thumb. Don't make it go up like that. Okay? Thumb in. And that
Perfect. How many mistakes was that? That was
was
someone says 12. Yeah. You had 90% mistakes. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
good eye.
It's now let's line up. We start. Now we like to start our mat chat, which is about discipline. Discipline. If you know something about discipline, please type in. And also type in, let us know if you had a bad discipline at one time and what it was and what was the price you had to pay. What was the punishment for that? Okay, we're gonna go through that ourselves too. I'm gonna ask Master Kenneth and other instructors what they've done wrong in the past, and I'm gonna tell you what I've done wrong in the past and what the punishment was. So you guys think about that too. So let us know what you know about discipline. All right. We give you 1 minute. Still doing Taekwondo even while at home takes discipline. Thank you. What have you done wrong in the past, Carolyn? I know you're such a wonderful mom, but we're human beings. Anyone else? Any idea about discipline? Is this a hard one?
Maybe it's hard for people to admit their mistakes there.
Oh, yeah. Yes, Elijah says punishment. It is, yeah, it is punishment. Sometimes with disciplined students, sometimes with this, we get disciplined by other people. So what do we have? Is listening even when you don't want to. Yes. Often eating too much dessert. That's everyone's problem. The example is right behind me. And me, myself too. Sometimes, yes, I'll tell you later. That was from Ethan. Yes, thank you. What else you guys know about discipline? Please type in. And type in what have you done wrong in the past that you were punished, that you were disciplined. We start with our instructor's story, see if they've done something wrong in the past and what they know about discipline, what they want to tell us. Master Kenneth?
Sir. Okay, so for discipline, I want to talk today about complacency. So this is how we lose discipline, right? So when we've learned something and we're able to do it well, we get confidence. Confidence is not a bad thing. Confidence in your technique, confidence in your Poomsae, and your kicking, they're all great things, right? But sometimes, right, what it can lead to is us thinking, okay, we've already learned how to do it. I'm already good at it, so I don't have to practice anymore. And that's something that's really dangerous to think. Because the moment we start thinking that we're good enough and that we don't need to maintain what we've learned, that's when we start to lose what we've learned. So, right, for example, when we go from white belt to yellow belt, a lot of students, right, I already learned Taekwondo 1. I have to learn Taekwondo 2 now. And then they start forgetting to practice Taekwondo 1. And then when it comes time to the belt test, we ask for 2 and 1. And suddenly, I only practiced 2. And then they forgot about Taekwondo 1. And so that's something that sometimes happens with our students. So yeah, we don't want that to happen to you, right? You need to have discipline. Even if it's something that you know how to do well, don't forget that you have to maintain what you've learned, right? You want to keep it up. You don't want to lose what you've learned.
Yes.
Right.
It takes discipline when you're doing Poomsae. Sometimes they do their Poomsae, but they don't have the patience and discipline to stay there until everyone's done, and then puddle. They keep moving around. They can't stand still.
Yes, sir.
Did you want to tell us what you've done wrong, like quickly? What have you done wrong that you didn't have discipline for that?
Well, okay, like this is not a good reason, but basically what happened was I had to take a 2-year break from Taekwondo. And the reason why that happened was because I had joined the army. So when I joined the army, I was unable to train because I have other things to do. So I was in camp all the time. I couldn't actually go out and train. So I could have trained on my own. I could have done some stuff by myself, but I didn't. For the full 2 years, I was busy doing other things. I told myself, yeah, okay, I'll come back to it later. And then when I finally came back, right, what happened was I lost all my flexibility. So, right, sure, I may have been doing other things. I may have been staying fit, but I wasn't practicing Taekwondo. I lost a lot of my skill. I had to retrain myself, not from the beginning, but I had to relearn a lot of what I forgot because I took a 2-year break, right? I may have had a good reason to do so, but that doesn't mean that it didn't, hold me back, right? So even if you take a break, right now, right, we're at a point where it's very easy to convince yourself, yeah, just take a break, right? I have other things I want to do, right? I want to focus on other things. But then just don't forget that, doing so means that you're going to go backwards in terms of what you've learned. You're going to lose what you learn if you don't use it regularly.
That's true. Thank you so much. Any other stories? You want to switch? Come on, Instructor Maryam. Instructor Maryam, I'm sure you've done something wrong in your life and you were punished.
I can relate to Taekwondo again. I did Taekwondo in Iran too for a couple of months, and I stopped training for a year, and then we came to Canada. When we came here, I lost my flexibility. I forgot my Poomsaes. I was out of shape, so it took me everyday training for at least a year. So I went back to what I was before. So the lesson from that is, even if you stop doing something, that doesn't mean that you can't do it at home. You can still practice a little bit Poomsae. You can still practice your push-ups, sit-ups, which I was doing while I was having exam actually for the past 2 weeks. It was actually making me more relaxed when I was doing some exercises. So that's my lesson.
Very good, very good. So yeah, I remember when you came here, you were training every day. She was training every day with all the classes. Yes. We had like 6 days a week classes, and she was so motivated, and she got back in shape. But again, lately she's been, I don't know where she has been. You guys, have you seen her lately? She's been absent. Yeah, but she's here now. Thank you. As long as you're here, people, they miss you, right? Instructor Justin, do you have something for?
I'll be very quick, and I'll try to relate it to a lot of you guys. A lot of you guys are students. You guys have a really long spring break right now. Instructor Justin, one time, not too long ago maybe, had a big final exam, but Instructor Justin didn't have the discipline to study and do all that a long time beforehand. Well, Instructor Justin had to do a lot of cramming the night before, let's say. And then I still did well on the exam, but had I known that if I was a little bit more disciplined beforehand and I realized what I was doing then could have made me better off in the future, I would have done it. And I've learned that now through the discipline. So you guys on your extended spring break, you guys have school now, a lot of you. Try not to be complacent with yourself, and then even though you're stuck at home and doing, I don't know, whatever you're doing, but even though no one's forcing you to do it, go and do what you gotta do right now, okay? Don't get complacent with that. That's it. Yes.
Awesome, thank you. Yes, discipline, the most important thing in everybody's life. Without a discipline, what can we do? I can't imagine if we have no discipline, we would do whatever we want to do, whenever we want to do, at any time, and the whole world will be, upside down, crazy. Right now, it's kind of like that, but it's not the discipline problem. Right now, it's the coronavirus that stopped the whole world. But in Taekwondo, one of the Korean martial arts, one of the Korean discipline. So most of the discipline you see in martial arts, there are a lot of common discipline in martial arts, which is Taekwondo is one of them. Taekwondo is Korean martial art, and all the discipline comes from Korean culture. When, as you noticed from day one, you come in, you see people bow each other. They bow at the door. They say yes sir, no sir. They stand straight. They have to follow all the rules in the dojo. So basically, when I'm disciplining someone, I'm making them to follow the rules, follow the structure. Without the structure, we cannot run any place without any structure, without any rules. And so I gotta also, discipline myself towards, my other things in life. I'm not just doing Taekwondo in my life. As soon as I leave here, I go outside, I drive. I must be disciplined when I'm driving. And that's one of the, for getting discipline for me. And like the last time I went to do snowboarding, the last time this season, which was the beginning of March, I wasn't paying attention to the speed limit on the, road. The road was empty. There was no car, and I was just driving and talking to my Masood and other friends. And all of a sudden, the police pulled me over and showed me the speed meter that I was doing 100 kilometers in the 80 kilometer zone on the way to Squamish. So it wasn't that dangerous. It was okay for us, but it's the rule. The rule is rule. 80 kilometer, you have to go 80 kilometer. You go faster, you have to pay for it. So I got a nice ticket of $196. I haven't paid that yet. And so that was the price I had to pay for not watching my speed limit, not following the rules. And same thing in Taekwondo. One time when I was younger, when I was a student back home in Iran, I forgot to bow, and I start talking. I just went in front of my master and I start talking to him. And back then, like 30 years ago, the masters treat you differently, wasn't as nice as me I am now. I mean, we can't. Now it's different. Back then, they would physically punish you. They would, as soon as I start talking, he punched me hard. And I went down. I didn't expect that punch, and I went down. It took me like a few minutes to breathe after that. It was tough. And back then, yes, masters, instructors in martial arts, they would like punish you, not just by doing push-ups, they would physically actually hit you. And yeah, and since then I remembered like, oh, when I'm, seeing my master, when I see senior ranks, I have to bow. So it was a good lesson, but I don't encourage anyone. I mean, we are not allowed. You guys are not allowed to touch students. These guys are great people. Even if you don't bow, we're not gonna punch you. Don't worry. That was like long time ago. But we can give you sometimes push-ups, sometimes make you do different things. So that was the story of my bad discipline, and I got punished for that. And I hope we all have discipline towards life. Life without discipline, it's kind of impossible. Towards eating, sometimes one of you guys, what was it? Was Carolyn? So she can't sometimes control not to eat the dessert. So that is everybody's problem, Carolyn. You're not alone. And thank you all for joining the class today. I will stop now. I can talk about this for a long time, but I know you guys want to go out. Probably it's a beautiful day. And we will finish this lesson and get ready for our last lesson of the day, which is advanced class. Thank you for joining us. See you guys on either tomorrow or Tuesday on Zoom. Chariot, 감사합니다.